Everything seemed picture perfect on the set of It Ends With Us, until raw, unedited footage surfaced that painted a completely different story. Now, Blake Lively's legal team is going head-to-head with Justin Baldoni's camp, demanding he stay silent. But why would Blake, known for her calm public persona, issue such a forceful letter against her co-star and producer? Some say she's desperate to protect her reputation after certain scenes from that leaked footage contradict her account of what really happened on set. Others believe Justin's lawyers are waging their own public relations campaign. Regardless of who's right, there's no denying this battle is heating up fast, with allegations flying and reputations on the line. It all started when Justin Baldoni's team decided to release never-before-seen clips from behind the scenes of It Ends With Us. According to them, these snippets prove that Blake Lively's complaints are exaggerated. The uncut footage apparently reveals a moment on set that challenges Blake's version of events. Her remarks in interviews, compared to what was recorded, just don't seem to match up. Fans on social media quickly took sides. Some insisted the clips confirmed Justin's innocence, while others argued the footage was edited selectively, only showing what Justin's lawyers want the public to see. Regardless of who's telling the truth, one thing is certain. This leak poured gasoline on an already tense situation. But that was just the beginning. Before the video leaked, Blake Lively had already filed a civil rights complaint in California, laying out accusations of harassment, retaliation, and a broader smear campaign orchestrated by certain parties tied to the film's production. In her view, the negative press and personal attacks she's endured all trace back to conflicts that began on the movie set. Her legal filings paint a picture of escalating tensions, private emails made public, rumors circulating about her on industry blogs, and alleged misrepresentations in the press. What started as an on-set dispute spiraled into a massive standoff, with each side accusing the other of twisting the facts for their own gain. At the heart of Blake's complaint is a claim that Justin and his team purposefully fed media outlets salacious stories about her. She describes it as a retaliatory media blitz aimed at forcing her to retreat or stay silent. But rather than backing down, she decided to fight back in court, insisting that the law and the truth are on her side. Yet the story grows more complicated. After Justin's legal team leaked the set footage, Blake wasted no time. She and her attorneys fired off a pointed letter asking the judge to impose a gag order. Their argument is that Justin's side has ignored earlier cease and desist warnings and keeps releasing information crafted to tilt public opinion against her. Blake's team insists these leaks aren't about transparency, but about character assassination. They say Justin's lawyer is violating legal ethics by trying the case in the court of public opinion instead of letting a jury decide. According to the letter, every new piece of evidence is selectively released, designed to paint Blake as difficult or untruthful. In their eyes, enough is enough. They want a court-enforced muzzle on Justin's attorneys to preserve the fairness of the process. It's an extraordinary step, and it raises serious questions about free speech and legal strategy. Is Blake truly protecting herself from a smear campaign, or is she using the courts to silence a former colleague who simply wants to defend his reputation? Justin's response would stun everyone. Sources close to Justin Baldoni describe his reaction as outrage, pure and simple. As far as he's concerned, he's been unfairly targeted by a flurry of negative press ever since Blake's allegations hit the headlines. According to Justin, a major article in the New York Times painted him as a villain, costing him high-profile gigs and even hundreds of millions of dollars in lost opportunities. In his view, demanding a gag order now is the height of hypocrisy. Why should Blake be allowed to go public with her story, only to turn around and insist Justin remain silent? He feels he has a right to present the evidence that clears his name, including text messages, emails, and more footage from the set. When pressed on the fairness of this approach, Justin's team maintains they're simply making the truth known. The attorneys claim they're not violating ethical rules. They're exposing the real facts that dispute Blake's narrative. From Justin's perspective, if the leaks show he's innocent, why shouldn't the public see them? But the tensions didn't stop with these two. Dragged into this messy dispute is none other than Colleen Hoover, the best-selling author of It Ends With Us. Once proud to champion both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, she's now finding it impossible to stay neutral in the face of relentless controversy. Colleen had publicly praised Blake, calling her supportive and kind. Then, after the New York Times piece took off, Colleen stood by her star, posting words of solidarity on social media. But the moment Justin's team leaked the set footage, she vanished from Instagram, deactivating her entire account. This isn't the first time Colleen has pulled back from social platforms. Whenever fans voice their disapproval, especially over marketing tactics that some say trivialize serious themes, Colleen has a history of stepping away. In the past, critics slammed the light-hearted merchandising and promotions for a story many see as anything but fun or whimsical. Now, with a lawsuit swirling and new leaks fueling the flames, she's once again opted to stay out of the line of fire. Yet that's just one controversy in a string of them. Even before this legal drama erupted, It Ends With Us had already faced a wave of backlash thanks to its promotional strategies. The film adaptation's marketing team encouraged fans to wear your florals for screenings and brand-sponsored tie-ins, spawning an avalanche of snarky criticism online. How, people asked, could a story dealing with serious interpersonal conflicts be reduced to pastel nails and flowers? There was also the ill-fated coloring book, which Colleen briefly announced as a companion project. Critics bombarded her with complaints that packaging emotional turmoil in bright colors was tone-deaf. She apologized, scrapped the plan, and tried to move on, but the PR damage was done. For many, these controversies hinted at deeper disconnects between the novel's heavy themes and the sunny marketing vibe. Now, as lawsuits simmer and personal grievances turn public, it's clear the tension didn't just start with the leaked footage. It was growing for some time, fueled by a marketing strategy that seemed oblivious to the gravity of the story's subject matter. Little did fans know, even more twists were ahead. Dragged into this messy dispute is none other than Colleen Hoover, the best-selling author of It Ends With Us. Once proud to champion both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, she's now finding it impossible to stay neutral in the face of relentless controversy. Colleen had publicly praised Blake, calling her supportive and kind. Then, after the New York Times piece took off, Colleen stood by her star, posting words of solidarity on social media. But the moment Justin's team leaked the set footage, she vanished from Instagram, deactivating her entire account. This isn't the first time Colleen has pulled back from social platforms. Whenever fans voice their disapproval, especially over marketing tactics that some say trivialize serious themes, Colleen has a history of stepping away. In the past, critics slammed the light-hearted merchandising and promotions for a story many see as anything but fun or whimsical. Now, with a lawsuit swirling and new leaks fueling the flames, she's once again opted to stay out of the line of fire. Yet that's just one controversy in a string of them. Online communities were quick to dissect every update on the feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Some fans blasted the entire production, saying it was doomed from the moment promotional stunts overshadowed the complexities of the original story. Others claimed that if the cast and crew had stuck to the script, both literally and figuratively, none of this drama would exist. On Twitter, people argued over who was telling the truth. Was Justin genuinely blindsided by the allegations, or was he playing the victim while quietly fueling negative coverage of Blake? Meanwhile, Blake supporters tweeted that nobody would go to such legal lengths unless they had real evidence of mistreatment and reputational harm. All the while, Colleen Hoover's radio silence fueled more speculation. Did she deactivate out of loyalty to Blake, embarrassment over the film's controversies, or simple exhaustion from the entire fiasco? No one knows for sure, leaving fans and critics to fill the void with rumors and theories. But there's one question that remains. As the battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni rages on, neither side shows signs of surrender. Justin stands behind his decision to release exonerating footage, determined to prove Blake's statements wrong. Blake demands a court-ordered muzzle, insisting he's waging a smear campaign and violating professional ethics. And Colleen Hoover's social media exodus only adds another layer of intrigue to an already tangled web. Could more hidden clips surface, or will a gag order clamp everything down? Will Justin's stance be vindicated in a court of law? Or will Blake's complaint trigger a wave of new revelations that reshape public opinion once again? The stakes are sky high. Reputations, careers, and potentially millions of dollars hinge on how the courts and the public react. For now, fans of both stars are left guessing. The only certainty is that the tale of it ends with us has morphed from a best-selling novel into a real-life drama far more complicated and polarizing than anyone anticipated. Whether more bombshells drop or a legal hush descends on everyone involved, one thing's for sure: this story is nowhere near finished.